Hey guys, it's Jetterman Dan here. I'm giving you a quick walk around of a brand new plane. This is the RCPowers SU-34 V4, brand new plane that RCPowers just released yesterday. The plane is a whole new design for them. Even though it's a V4, they haven't done a 34 more than once. But what makes it a V4 is the construction techniques and the build and what the plane's capable of. Talking to Scott and Dave, this is probably one of the biggest planes that they've ever done. I think the F-22 V2 is a little bit bigger in wing size, but besides that, this is probably the biggest one. The V4 series hallmark is going to be a very easy build. I think this plane was maybe 12 pieces. You've got the two main wing plates, you've got the 3D nose, you've got the two elevons, you've got the two vertical stabs, you've got the hatch, and you've got the internal braces, and that's really about it. This plane, I came out with just two pieces of Depron for me. I used the bigger pieces though, the 29 by 37 or whatever they are that Grayson Hobby uses. And two pieces of Depron was all that it took. I'm using hot glue with it, which is just my favorite, just for speed of build and everything else. Some really cool features of the plane. Really big wing area. Really simple. I mean, the cutouts are pretty simple. I'm not a big fan of 3D noses, but this one, as you can see, came out pretty good. They have an incredibly big hatch. I've decided to put some of my electronics in the bottom of the plane, but as you can see, there's plenty of room in there for ESC, for batteries, for the receiver. I did elevons only because I kind of prefer a simple setup. The plans call for the elevons to actually be cut across and then up. I'm kind of a fan of the MiG-29 and its cut down tips. Same thing here. Here's my MiG-29 V3 for comparison. Scott and I talked about it. He thinks that the plane flies just perfectly with the elevons the way he designed them. If somebody's going to build it, I'd love to hear what it is. Truth be told, I have flown this plane. The video unfortunately got lost because of a bad SD card. And I'm going to take a new video of it. The roll rate on this with elevons only is not stellar, but I'm also used to planes that are 4x4 that roll really, really crazy. The looping is amazing on this. These really big control surfaces do a terrific job of giving it a really big loop. And really can't say anything bad about the plane at all. It floats terrific. Even with this size, the plane is lightweight. I haven't weighed it, but it's got to be under a pound. I'll turn it over here and you can see the bottom. Very simple score and fold nacelles. One whole piece, two cuts, and you've got your nacelle set up. I've added, I decided not to do KFs, and because I didn't do KFs, the wings had a lot of flex to them, so I added a carbon rod along the leading edges and tied into the fuselage, and then I also did some trailing edge ply. I had the perfect plywood that was just thin enough to be the same size as the wing. And between that and this little cross brace that I did here, the plane is completely rock solid. No wing flex, no nothing. Floats great. But as you can see, the size of the plane is pretty impressive. Real simple. Just two servo elevon setup. I got a 28-26 on there. I actually put a 6x5.5 prop on there just to see what it would do. It's got great low end speed, but not a lot of top speed, so I'm going to change that to a 6x4 and test it out. And really not much to say other than I really like it. It flies very well, it's very well mannered, and elevons only are perfect. You will have seen my build pictures by now. For a size comparison, here's my MiG-29 V3 next to it. The SU is actually quite a bit bigger. It's kind of hard to tell from this video, I think. But the fuselage length is quite longer. You can kind of see them. Kind of see if I can superimpose the size here. Nose to nose, the tail of the SU hangs out pretty far. So it's much longer. The wingspan is probably, I don't know, 2 inches wider. each side. It's probably got 3 or 4 inches of wingspan on the MiG-29. So very, very nice design. Like it a lot. I'll answer questions on the forums, and what I'll do is show you a flight video next, show you how this plane flies. It floats, it flies rock solid, and I think it's going to be one of the ones that's going to stay in my fleet for a very long time. So thanks for looking. Be prepared for the flight video next. Jetman down.